Greg, that monitor's as straight as you are.
Welcome back to another episode of the Fresh Thoughts from the Hearts podcast. As always, I'm the host, Gregory Hart. This is my wife here.
Kristen Hart.
My co-host.
I was just going to say co-host, thank you.
Yeah, my stomach's a bumbling.
Oh.
I'm gonna have the Rudy Toot poops here.
Oh, goodness.
Let's roll into it. Might have to take a pause here. But let's roll into it. Let's talk about our week here.
Can you imagine if we take a pause and you come back wearing different pants?
Let's just say it happens. Thank God I have 19 pairs of jeans, so it'd be hard to tell, but...
True.
Definitely been there. Done that. Let's not talk about it. Let's roll into it. How's your week been?
It's been pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yours?
It's been good. Been a little bit ups and downs, a little bit of ins and outs, a little bit of trying to get used to living in this house. Let's roll into it. Let's talk about the fucking ups and downs of the past couple weeks. It's been a little bit of change. Mm-hmm. Moving locations, redoing a basement, painting.
Oh, so much painting.
I have a new thorn. Anyway, let's continue.
That's going to be my painting, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's roll into the hugs and... the rose and thorns, not the hugs and hurdles. What's your rose this week?
My rose is the new house and just getting to set it all up and unpack and decorate things differently because we have more space now. So we've been picking up bits of new furniture and new organization. I like organizing. We have a massive pantry now.
Yeah, it is humongous.
So I'm getting lost in the organization decanting side of TikTok, and now I feel like I need plastic containers because none of my stuff can stay in its original containers. They could be so beautifully displayed in the pantry in a clear container.
I might have a new fresh thought.
Okay.
It has to do with what you're saying. That's why it came to my mind.
Okay.
You fucking savage.
Well, I'm talking to you. I feel like you're just thinking about other things.
What you said just reminded me of something that I would love to have happen in the pantry, but I think it's a fucking bullshit system that is...
Okay, save it. That'll be your fresh thought.
Okay, just remember talking about the pantry.
Okay.
So I don't fucking forget about it.
I'll remember.
What's your thorn?
My thorn is something we didn't totally realize when we moved here, and I feel kind of stupid admitting it, but we weren't aware that there's a train track in our backyard. And there's trains that go by that are
I think that
loud.
we knew there was a train track. I think that we underestimated what that meant. I've never lived with it there.
When we got here, the weekend before we moved to start painting, I don't think I ever noticed that train track was there. And I felt a little embarrassed because my mom was like, "Oh, you guys have a train track back here. Is it loud?" We're like, "Maybe you knew," but I'm standing there like, "Oh, that's embarrassing."
I thought I remember a train coming through when they walked us through the house, but when you're looking through the house, you're kind of focused on the house. You don't really notice the background shit, but...
I was just kind of like, yeah, we knew that was there.
I kind of figured...
It'll be fine.
And I kind of figured, fuck, how many people live near fucking train tracks?
Yeah, and that's what my mom said right away. She grew up with a friend that lived right by a train track, and they never even heard it. Which, we're getting there. It's just my thorn, because, they do sometimes come throughout the night. Some nights more frequent than others. So I'm just getting used to a bit of uninterrupted sleep. Now I'm to the point where, I kind of wake up because I hear it, but then mentally I'm like, oh, it's just a train, and I go right back to sleep.
Oh, it's a fucking complete piss off. It was really bad the first week, the first night.
The first night you had a really, really hard time.
You literally think that I was making up how many times they came. You're like, I think it would just
because you said it came 5 times that night.
At minimum.
I only
but
heard
it's only
2,
because
so I'm not sure
I woke up and always knew to look at my phone to know what time it was.
I understand that. I'm just not sure how on the very first night I could have slept through 3 out of the 5 and only heard 2.
At least 5. I remember looking over, it's 12:30. I looked over, it's 1:15. I look over, it's 2. I look over, it's 3:30. I look over, it's 4. Then they were coming back at 6.
I only said that I doubted you because you're a very, like, half asleep dreamer.
You think I'm fucking dreaming about trains?
If you've heard one and
think
you
I'm
fell
fucking
back asleep thinking about it, yes, you could have a dream that there's another one. First day with new lips.
I will say that it is a fucking, the first time it happens, it is a sense of panic that, like, isn't like when you're someone falls or gets hurt or someone's having a heart attack or something scary happens. Not that kind of panic, but like getting woken up to a fucking train horn that's like, because some of them go by and they fucking wail on them because like the train track crosses a road behind us and they don't have the actual arms, so it's just the lights that are flickering, so they have to honk a lot approaching it.
Yeah, some of them are just straight up ignorant with it though.
But like it takes you to a fucking new depth of panic. Like a subtle one where it's just like, you know when you're about to fall asleep and you fucking fall off a cliff?
Yeah.
And you're just like, whoa, awake? I've had that a handful of times where like that big horn hits and I'm just like thinking that it's a fucking tornado warning or World War III's happening.
mine
Fucking
hasn't done
start
that.
the engines.
My mind has associated it with my alarm, where there's been a couple times where I've heard it and I'm like, ugh, I'm so tired, I don't want to get up yet. And then I look over.
Fuck?
And then I tap my phone and I'm like, it's 3:30. That's not my alarm. That's a train. I get to go back to sleep.
Fuck. Yeah, it's a sense of panic that I've fucking never dealt with. But we're here, we're on week 3. Just about.
Yeah.
Like we've been here for what, 16 days? So we're a little over 2 weeks and I think it's already gotten significantly easier. It's definitely a little bit of like an annoyance in the middle of the night when you like, but it's almost like I've now, my body, I fucked up and linked when a train fucking horn goes off and wakes me up that I have to pee. So now like if a train comes 3 times, I'm pissing 3 times.
Really?
Yeah.
You pee every time you hear the train?
Almost every time.
Wow. If we get 7 in a night again, like that first night, which it's never happened since then, you're going to run out of pee.
I wish I could link it with like, when you hear a train horn throughout the day, go work out or eat a healthy meal or fucking diet, not wake up and piss for the 19th time. Like I literally feel like I have to pee. Brutal. Anyway.
It's like Schrodinger's cat. No,
What?
not Schrodinger's cat. There's that one study with the dog and the treats that they could make it salivate with the sound of a bell.
Yeah. Don't know what you're talking about.
You're okay.
Anyway, I've got my rose and thorns here. My rose and thorns kind of like a mix.
I thought you thought of a new thorn, though.
Yeah, but now it's going to be my fresh thought.
Oh, okay.
I started on an antidepressant this week. I have no shame in it. I don't really care. I know that there's probably a lot of people that do it. I fucking fought it for probably at least half a year. Maybe more than that.
I would say probably closer to a year.
I've brought up my car accident many times. It doesn't need something that gets talked about every single time, but I've had a lot of issues with maintaining or having a constant or regular emotion. I get mad very fast. I snap quick. I get emotional. Not anything crazy, but I'm just on a fucking million ideas and thoughts at a time. I continuously talk. I don't ever stop. I just go to the next topic and the next topic and the next topic and have a hard time just figuring out my emotions and getting back to like
You
podcasting.
also go through like waves of motivation where you'll have a day where you're like pedal to the floor, you're accomplishing everything, you want to do all these things, and then the next day you're don't get out of bed, don't want to do anything, don't know why you're doing all this stuff.
Like pre-accident, we were at like 100 days of working out straight. I was working on the podcast daily. I was working full time. I was busy. I was motivated. I was ready to fucking rock, or I was disciplined, or whatever fucking word you want to use related to being eager to do something. And just after the accident, like initially, I was just like, this accident isn't going to hold me back. It's going to be a leap towards like I could have fucking died. Let's use this as a motivation to like realize you only have one life. It's a fucking short one, and just accept it. And I tried really hard to, and I wanted to get better, but just the constant
pain
in my back and neck and
I
head.
think you started to realize, like, you have injuries that are going to hold you back for a bit.
Maybe forever. Not hold me back forever, because I'll eventually just say I don't give a fuck if I'm hurt. It's not going away. I'm just going to fucking live with it more. But it's just very, at the beginning, it just like, I always felt like I will get out of this. And like more recently, it's more of like this pain. I could have this exact pain forever, which is fucking scary because it sucks. But like at the same time, I know of people that have had pain, you kind of get used to it, or at least deal with better ways to manage it, and know that like working out and being healthy and eating healthy and stuff is your one way of making it or stopping it from getting worse.
Yeah.
Anyway, so about a year ago, I was told by the doctor that he recommended it, and I tried my hardest to not do it. I didn't want to be stuck on a drug. I didn't want to rely on a drug. I didn't want a drug to be what had to save me. But I got pretty tired of just like snapping like on you over dumb shit like the bed sheets, or us not doing something, or we're not motivated to do something, or why the fuck are we giving up on our lives, and why, like, it just was too much for me to want to deal with every day. And sat down with my doctor and figured out that like I can start taking myself off of this in like a 7-month, 8-month span if I can get myself back to at least how I was and get myself into like a trend or a routine.
Feeling like you actually have some mental balance again.
Yeah, but I thought I'm always been a very transparent person to everyone, and I'm sure a lot of people have dealt with mental health issues or stress or anxiety, and my thing is definitely to go right to humor. But I think that this is at least a step to try and fix it, and if it can't, then obviously I need to dig deeper into fitness and balance and food and just stuff that'll help me without taking a drug. But
Yeah, I think it's an important thing to try, though, and
yeah,
you wean yourself off of it. Temporary relief till things calm down.
well, we'll see how it works. I'm on day 1. I started it literally this morning,
Yeah.
so we'll see in 2 episodes or 3 episodes from now if it's actually working. If not, I might start weaning myself off of it already, but
Or
I'll give it
increasing.
a while and see how it goes.
Yeah.
So that's my hug and my hurdle. That's my rose and
Rose
my
and your
thorn.
thorn.
I made hug and hurdle a lot more bold or bigger than rose and thorn.
Yes, you did. That's definitely a hug that you started that.
Yeah, and we really didn't plan our rose and thorns properly. I should have spoken first
Why?
because we were gonna fucking transfer from your rose and thorn to bad neighbors. Crazy moves.
Well, let me tell everyone a story.
Oh
We haven't met our neighbors here yet.
no.
I think I might have saw one of them outside. But no, we haven't met them, but we've heard they're very nice people. We also heard a story about people who lived here before us.
Oh.
They were not very nice people. Apparently, when they rented this place, when they moved out, they took all the brand new appliances, the fridge, the dishwasher, the washing machine and dryer, with them and replaced them with
Used,
Used.
dented.
scratched, crappy.
Yeah, it's so wild.
ones.
It's just a wild fucking story to think.
Who does that?
I don't know. That's craziness.
Who thinks you can do that? That's theft.
The thing is, though, is they'll probably get away with it.
Probably. Well,
I do agree.
how could they? Well, I
Because,
guess
like-
if the people who own the house have no record of like
Which they
serial
would, I'm
numbers or-
assuming.
You think they
You-
have the serial numbers of their fridge and their dishwasher?
Well, they bought them 13 months ago from someone. There
True.
has to be record of them being purchased. They also had to post an ad to rent this, and I'm assuming those appliances would have been in those photos.
Oh, true.
But anyway, the stupid fucking thing is, and I get it and I don't get it. I've been a tenant my whole life. I've never bought my first home yet, but I get where the majority. Everyone knows this. If you're a tenant, you pretty much have all the fucking right. there's really nothing there to protect the landlord. There is a bit, and you try and write the best contract you can, and you try and make this as hard as you can. We've always been very easy tenants when it comes to all we want is shit to work.
Yeah.
If shit's working and shit smells nice when we move in, then we're fine. But we take good care of stuff, we paint properly, we fix holes. Like, we're not a big pain in the ass, but I bet, especially in Ontario, landlords are pretty much fucked.
Yeah.
It feels like it anyway. Like, I feel like this person is just going to get away with brand new appliances, brought in this scratch and dent shit. And don't get me wrong, like, they replaced the fridge again. Mm-hmm. The washer and dryer are back to the ones from original.
Yeah.
The dishwasher has a big dent in it, but it runs fine. It's small.
It is small.
But, I don't think they really have any fucking chance of getting their shit back, or at least charging them or getting the money for it.
I don't think so either, but hopefully our neighbors are nice.
Yeah, we've got some wild stories. Let's roll into this.
There's nothing worse than shitty neighbors. They can, like, make you hate where you live.
Oh, yeah.
They can make people move.
It is time for Hug and Hurdle.
Ooh.
Hug or Hurdle. I'm going to get used to saying these names. Might get them right one day.
Someday.
Don't read it as I read it, or you're going to be ahead of me.
I will look at you.
Okay, here's our first story. Oh man, I used to live across the street from this crazy asshole. He owned some sort of lawn care business, but he almost never worked. Every day, he'd get on one of his riding lawnmowers and mow a section of his lawn. But the sections were never adjacent to one another. So he'd mow a strip on one end of the lawn, then go mow a strip in the back. So there was always overgrown areas in the middle of the mowed areas. The entire time he'll be drinking beer and screaming at his adult son. He just didn't shut the fucking mower off and speak at a normal volume. No, he just screamed over the sound of the mower, and they never spoke other than when he was yelling over the mower. He also has a black dog that he named the N-word, and the dog would run away. So this dude would stand on his lawn shouting the dog's name over and over again.
Oh my God. First off, my OCD would be unbearable looking at his lawn.
I don't think it's right.
And watching him do that.
Oh my God.
I can't even think about him standing there yelling that. Where do they live? Alabama?
We don't even know. The person who owns that house could be black. Maybe he's allowed to say the word.
No. You still can't stand on your front lawn just yelling the N-word, even if it's your dog's name.
Yeah, I know.
Pick a new name.
That's so fucking crazy. That is so crazy.
Wild.
It's not good that he says the name. That he says the N-word, but fuck is that funny. You imagine you just walk outside, your neighbor's just yelling at you, just like, I'm going to go back in. All right, that's what we're going to do the fresh improv of, okay? You're going to be the homeowner, the grass cutter, and you're going to yell the dog's name. Okay.
No.
Fine. All right, story
That's
number 2.
Hurdle.
That's a fucking hurdle.
I feel like if I lived across the street and watched him mow his lawn like that, I'd be like, can I please cut your grass for you?
Okay, if this guy...
Because you're giving me anxiety.
Let's think about this. If you're approaching a human that's dog's name is the N-word, and he's yelling it everywhere, I'm going to assume that this man having a woman approach him saying that she should cut his lawn is going to go over well.
Probably not.
I think it's going to go fucking south, and I'm going to be fighting some redneck.
Probably. Would you fight a redneck for me?
I would try. Maybe forget where I am.
Here, are you telling another one, or am I going to go?
Go ahead.
Okay, hold on. I got to get it up.
Rubtazin.
Okay. This is called Garbage Wars. We had some neighbors that used to leave their garbage out in plastic bags the night before garbage day instead of putting it in a bin. Around here, that's just ringing the dinner bell for raccoons and other critters. Sure enough, come morning, there's garbage strewn all over the neighborhood. What the raccoons and skunks didn't spread around, the wind picked up and spread across everybody's property. Some of the people on the street kindly approached the guy and asked him to put his garbage in a bin. He told them to go fuck themselves. Thus began the garbage wars. Every morning on garbage day, some people on the street would collect all the half-eaten and rotten trash from their lawns and toss it into the dude's backyard. He would then collect it and dump it back on their lawns or cram it in their bushes. People even started finding half-eaten burritos and candy wrappers in their mailboxes. The street started to look like a slum. Police were called, health inspectors, city bylaw enforcement. Each side was calling in whatever authority they could muster to get their enemy in shit. The dude and his family, amazingly, his wife seemed perfectly pleasant, lasted about 8 months. Then they moved. Every once in a while, I find a random margarine lid or piece of styrofoam in my hedge, and my mind goes back to those dark days of war.
That, like, okay.
That's not even just like one neighbor against one neighbor. It was a whole goddamn neighborhood against one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's pros and cons to this. I think this might be a hug, okay? And I'll explain. I think that this guy caused the rest of the neighborhood to know each other by name, team up together, and now when this guy's gone, they're all fucking drinking in the driveway. They're fucking around with one another. They
like a
know
team
each other by
building
name.
activity.
Yeah. Yeah, every
You
neighborhood
could
needs
probably
that.
charge for that. You
Growing
could have
up,
businesses come and do team building.
we're going to move someone into your neighborhood, and they're going to fucking shove half-eaten burritos in your mailbox.
Hold on. Picture this in an office setting. For like corporate team building, they hire one guy who's just an absolute fucking pig at his desk, and his garbage starts spreading to other people's desks, and they all team up together to get him to quit. Team building.
Yeah, there's pros and cons to that too. You end up having someone that's a great employee and they quit because they're so fucking sick of it before they realize.
Well,
but anyway,
risk versus
I still think
reward.
that is a hug for the neighborhood because now they all know each other by name. I don't know any of my fucking neighbors since I was a kid. When I was a kid and lived at that White House, I knew my next door neighbors. I knew my next door neighbors. I knew the people around the corner. I knew the people on a bunch of different streets. I remember knew the cars and the people that walked. And since then, I don't know if I've really known a neighbor.
I grew up on the same street my entire life, so I knew all my neighbors.
Yeah, but like think about everywhere we've lived.
My backyard was their backyard. All the backyards were just fairground.
You also lived on a street where you guys drank in your driveways and had fire pits in your driveways.
Yeah. Sounds great. Don't you enjoy it?
White trash, I think, is what it's. You guys might have been the guys that have the dog named the N-word.
No.
That wouldn't be okay. All right, my story. Did you think it was a hug or a hurdle?
Mine?
Did I convince you to a hug, or is it still a hurdle?
I think you did convince me to a hug. It ended well. He moved, so it's a hug.
Took an antidepressant. Now I'm making everything hug. What up? This just happened Saturday night. We came home from dinner out, and someone had parked in front of our house. That's not too unusual, but we had to park on the side of the road in the front of the house, which gives us a good view of the window next to the front door. I'm about to get out when I notice that there's someone in our house. The lights are on, and they were placing a picture on the window next to the front door. We were totally freaked out. My dad ran into the house and confronted the woman who he had never seen before. We actually thought she might be from the mental hospital nearby. She was placing pictures everywhere and getting ready to go all out decorating our house. She freaked out and said, "Who are you? Where is Josh? His party starts at 7." Turns out she was supposed to go to the next door neighbor's house and decorate for a surprise party. She had the wrong address in her phone and went to our house instead of the people's next door. No one was going to be home, so she was instructed to go through the back door to the kitchen, and it just so happens that our back door to the kitchen was unlocked. So she got in and started decorating our house. She seemed a little drunk by this point and was insanely embarrassed. Our neighbors found it hilarious. That's funny.
That is hilarious.
It would scare the fuck if we rolled in and
They
there's
were
some
both
chick putting
probably
fucking
so
picture frames
scared.
everywhere.
They were both like, what the fuck's going on?
My thing, and this is where I don't fucking understand. Who the fuck are you signing up to decorate for a party for someone that has never been to that house?
Well,
like, you know them good enough to decorate your house, but not good enough that
maybe
she
it's
knows
like
what house it is?
the guy's sister, but she lives out of town, and his friend decided to host a surprise party, so she wanted to help host it.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of different scenarios.
You know what story that just reminded me of that I don't know if you've ever known this? So my grandparents,
Yeah.
their new house
Yeah.
is right next to their old house.
Yeah.
We have lovely new neighbors
Oh, I
that
think I
moved
remember
into
hearing
their
this
old
story.
house. And one of my cousins, we were out at our shop and we needed scissors for something. I can't remember what we were making, a sign or something. And we needed scissors. So we said, okay, run back over to Nana's house and grab scissors. So she went running down the street without even thinking. She walked into their old house. The door was open and walked up to the kitchen. And the new neighbor is in the kitchen and screams because she's never met this girl before. She doesn't met her yet. And is like, who are you? Why are you in my house? And she was so embarrassed. I don't even know what she said to her. I can't remember if Katie even said anything or if she just ran out and came back to the shop so embarrassed.
That would be a quite alarming thing to happen.
Yeah.
If you were in your kitchen cooking and some random fucking person walked in looking for scissors, it'd be fucking...
And just walked right in like she
Hey,
knew
you got
exactly
your fuck... Where's
where
the
she was
scissors?
going.
Where the fuck's your house? Get the fuck out.
Now it's a funny story because we all know each other.
That's so funny.
But oh my goodness, at the time.
You got another story for us?
Oh, yep. Yep.
I think that one's a hug. I think it's a really funny story. I don't think anyone was really upset, and it would have been so
one's
funny.
A hug, yeah, for sure.
It'd be so funny that after this girl knows it's not her house, to watch her slowly like take down all the decorations and the photos from someone else's
I just
house.
walked to the house next door.
Yeah, where there's like 45 fucking people wondering why there's no decorations for this party.
That's one where it definitely just ends where you're both standing there talking to each other and you're both laughing because that's really pretty funny.
That is so funny.
Okay, my next one's pretty short. This is based in an apartment building.
Okay.
The upstairs neighbors' dog pees on their patio. It dripped down onto me while I was sitting outside reading. I yelled and then ran to the shower. I then texted them to ask them to take their dog out to pee in the future instead of letting it pee on their patio. They claimed it was not their dog and it must have blown over from somewhere else. Can you imagine sitting on your patio reading and you just start to get peed on?
Okay, there's two options here.
Is there?
First off, it's a hurdle.
Oh, for sure it's a hurdle.
Second off, not that it's the dog's fault, but there may be some rat poison hucked onto the porch up top.
Never.
Kill it.
No.
Done. And then if they say, did you fucking poison our dog? Like, no, it must have blown up from another fucking room. Or just something that gets it sick, fine. And it pukes on your fucking carpet.
Can I read another story because you're now reminding me of it?
Sure.
When I was younger, our front neighbors stole our dog from our backyard one day, and we didn't find out it was them until a few months later when we saw our dog in their yard. They denied they stole it and wouldn't give it back until we got the police involved. What?
I zoned out.
Are you kidding me?
No, I need to read it again.
Why did you even pick up your phone?
Because I have stories to tell too. Just repeat the story. It's probably so good everyone wants to hear it again.
When I was younger, our front neighbors stole our dog from our backyard one day. We didn't find out until a few months later when we saw our dog in their yard. They denied it until we got the police involved.
What?
They took their dog. And they had no idea until happened to see their dog in their yard. And they denied it was their dog until they got the police involved.
I think that there are certain things in life that deem there shouldn't be criminal action for fucking someone up.
Yeah, if you steal my dog, there's a new thing coming to you. And it involves pain.
That is so fucking ignorant. That is
And
so
that
crazy.
poor dog is probably just the friendliest little guy.
What do you think the trust issues of that owner is now?
Oh.
One of her friends steals her dog.
Their neighbor.
Oh, it was neighbor, not friend.
Their neighbor stole their dog.
Oh my god.
You know what, Chevy? I take it back. You're allowed to still be sus with people and
Yeah.
not be friendly all the time. Because if someone tries to steal you, you can bite them.
Excuse me, you're on camera. Can you stop biting your nails?
He cuts his own nails. Let him do his thing.
Yeah, relax.
He's giving himself a pedicure.
No dick eating, licking, or fucking chewing nails when you're over here. I got some fucking. Do you still have hugs and hurdle stories? Because I'm out of them.
That one's definitely a hurdle, hey?
That's such a hurdle. A person should be fucking incarcerated.
Yeah, they should
There's
be put in
certain
jail.
things that should have a bigger fine than they do. And I think it's fucking stupid they don't.
Yeah, stealing someone's dog, you're in jail for life.
That is.
I don't
That's a
care. If
lot.
someone steals Chevy, they better not see the light of day. Ever.
I think
They should be buried in the ground because they're dead because I killed them.
it's too much.
It's not.
A little too much. Like, it's just like your dog is so amazing that someone else wants it. I get it. But, like,
My
you
dog
should
is
be.
my child. If someone stole your child, would you murder them?
Murder. Yeah, a kid is different.
No, it's not.
Kristen,
Chevy's our child.
People are gonna fucking light you up. It is not the same as a kid.
It's
I
obviously
want to say it
not,
is because
but-
I fucking love this dog, but
I'm not that naive. I know it's different, but I love my dog
I think
so much.
that you should be put in prison for a year. And then I think that when you come out, you are never legally allowed to own an animal again. And if you are, you'll be put in jail again.
No. 5 years. At the least.
5 years.
Yeah, it needs to seriously impact your life.
All right.
Let me see. I might have had one more.
Hey.
Oh, this one's just kind of funny. It's not really hug or hurdle,
Okay.
but it's funny. So I have this neighbor. We'll call her Linda. Linda would often have men she locked outside of her apartment building screaming her name. But the best story regards a boyfriend who Linda insisted my roommate and I call the Captain. About a week after meeting him, we came home to a wedding announcement from Linda and the Captain. Yes, his name on the announcement was the Captain. Exactly 1 week later, the Captain was arrested outside our apartment building for public intoxication at 2 a.m. while screaming, "I've made a huge mistake. Fuck you, Linda. A huge mistake. I'm ruined."
I really, really enjoyed your emphasis on the story.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was very well done.
You know what I picture the whole time I'm reading it, though? The Captain. From How I Met Your Mother.
Oh,
That guy.
yeah.
With his, like, angry face.
Fuck you, Linda.
Fuck you,
You
Linda.
can suck my dick. You can't hurt me because you're just God's farce.
All right.
It's usually fuck you, Thunder.
That was...
Do you want to do a fresh improv of
Would you say that's a hug or a hurdle? Could you hug or hurdle it?
I don't know. I think it's a hug of a story because it's funny, but it's a hurdle of a just living against people that are that fucking ridiculous.
Oh, I know. Some people's lives are wild. Meets a guy. Week later, they're getting married. Another week later, he's drunk at 2 a.m. outside your apartment yelling about how he fucked up. He done fucked up. What you got there?
This, well, Kristen, Magic Mind. It comes with a green liquid in it, and the liquid is actually great tasting. It really
Yeah,
is.
It is.
Now, I've done the thing where I drink usually not 9, maybe 6 coffees a day, 5 coffees a day.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time I get home from work, I don't want to do a damn thing. Not anything.
No, you
I'm
crash.
crashing. Yeah, crashing. Or I need an energy drink, or I need something to keep on going. And it just makes it so that most of my day and my energy just goes to work, and I can never do the stuff that I want to outside of it. Don't go to the gym. Don't do any of those things. It stops me from being productive. This shot has changed that for me. With nootropics, matcha, lion's manes, vitamins, aptogens in this, It helps you with one coffee get through your day without needing any boost of energy from caffeine or sugar or any of those things. It helps to like, it really does make you clearer minded. I don't know how it does it. I don't understand many of the ingredients inside of this thing, but I do know they work, and there's only 3 grams of sugar.
It's fantastic.
Do more, stress less with Magic Mind. And for our listeners right now, you can go to www.magicmind.com/heart to heart. That's HEART, the number 2, HART, and get 56% off your subscription for the next 10 days. You can also use our one-time code HEART20. That's HEART 20 for 20% off a single purchase. I'm telling you right now, don't let me be the judge for you. Try it yourself, okay? This is the cat's pajamas, and this productivity shot is the future. And I didn't take mine today, so now it's 7 o'clock at night. I'm drinking a coffee and yawning. So try it out. All right, we need to do a fresh improv here.
Ooh, and I have the idea for it this week.
Do you?
I do. So I encountered this person today at work. And he's just the type of human that's like kind of awkward, but like outgoing about it.
Okay.
And like just has to make everything a little bit more difficult than it needs to be because he thinks it's funny.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you an example. And I'm sure as soon as I do, you'll be like, oh, that kind of person. So I simply ask him to stand up with his back against the wall. What do? They face the wall. And then he turns around and goes, oh, yeah, clearly you didn't mean stand that way. Ha, ha, ha. The fuck, man? Why do you gotta do that?
So you think he did this intentionally?
Absolutely he did, because he didn't even wait. Like, just so many times I'd ask him to do something. I'd be like, you can have a seat. Oh, where? Which of my 3 options?
That guy?
Sit back down right in the same fucking spot you just were. Why are you making this so much more difficult and drawn out and uncomfortable? And I know you're doing it because you're getting so much pleasure out of it. That type of person. You know what I'm talking about? Have you ever encountered one of those?
100%.
Yeah. That's going to be our improv.
The person that every fucking response is some stupid, witty, funny, or never to the point fucking response of someone that you don't care about.
Yeah.
All right, we can do that.
I only need to interact with this person.
Do you want me to be the person or to be the person that they're talking to?
Your choice.
I'll be Darren.
Oh, that's your name?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to be myself. I'll be Kristen. Hi there. How are you today? Hello? Darren?
Me?
Yes. Are you Darren?
Oh, yeah. I'm
Hi.
Darren.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Come on back. We're going to get started.
Started back here?
Yep.
All right, on my way. Let's go.
Follow me.
All right.
Me. Okay. Come on in and have a seat.
Where?
The chair?
Just this one here?
Yep, the only chair in here. Yep, you can have a seat right here.
I have a chair like this, just like this at home.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I've sat in a chair like this before. It's nice. Good for your back.
That's right. Great. Cool. All right. So, what are you here to have done today?
Well, I got lots of problems. Okay, so I got not great knees, and I got a little bit of a bunion and a little fungus growing on my foot.
Oh, okay. Hold on here. We work with your eyes. Are you here to have something done with your eyes today?
Yeah. I'm getting there.
Okay.
There's a lot of things I need help with. I just thought you might want to hear it. So I got a bunion in between my big toe and my little toe. It's fucking pretty much in between all my toes. Got a couple bunions. A little bit of a fungus growing there. I have a lot of ass hair. And for some reason, I've been getting a lot of dingleberries lately. And when I wipe, there's blood.
Okay.
But anyway.
I'm going to jump into actually some of the questions I have for you today. So I'm just going to ask you a question. You can answer. We'll keep moving through them so we can get some of this testing done, okay?
Testing.
Yeah.
Love that.
Awesome. Pair of glasses you're wearing today. How long have you had that pair? Approximately how many years old are they?
I've had glasses since I was probably like 15.
Okay, but the pair you're wearing right now, how many years have you had that exact pair?
Exact pair?
Yes.
Like this pair right here physically?
Yes.
Probably like 3 years.
Okay, great. And approximately when was your last eye exam?
Well, you classify an eye exam as like the full exam or like when like I come in because like I have something in my eye.
Your last full exam. Valid question. Thank you for asking.
2003.
Wow.
Yeah, my eyes are pretty solid. I've been dealing with this fucking bunion, and I've been leaking out of my ass. There's blood when I wipe, and my knees haven't been doing well, and I got a fucking weird joint that clicks in my elbow. I've had enough going on since '03 that like I'm just, I'm just trying to figure out. But I realize I got OHIP now. I'm 65, and so like I might as well get it covered, right?
Unfortunately, we cannot help you with that stuff today, though.
What?
We only work with eyes, so I can really only help you with the issue you're having with your eyes today.
Oh, I don't have any issues with my eyes.
Okay, why did you book this appointment then?
The ad said, "Do you want to see a brighter future?" And I don't want to leak out of my ass anymore, so I figured this is the place to go.
Okay, I think we're gonna cut this appointment short then today, because unfortunately we cannot help you with that. Sir? Sir, do you have any questions before you go?
Do you have a wet wipe?
No.
It's gonna be a long drive.
Maybe try the gas station across the street.
Now they got one ply in my ass. Fucking bleeds every time.
All right. Have a great day, sir. You can exit just out the hallway there.
This door?
Yep.
This hallway?
That exact door, the only one that leads you out.
All right, I'm gonna go right when I exit.
Nope, you're going to go left.
All right.
There's nothing to the right. There's a wall.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. Have a good day. That was a pretty accurate representation right there.
Yeah, that's what happened
What I
today.
dealt with today.
Nice.
I mean, he wasn't that gross and detailed about his other problems, but every question I asked, there was a story to the answer or some unrelated question of how he was supposed to answer. Yeah.
On the thoughts of healthcare, what do you think about me getting a dick injection?
For what?
You can increase the girth, but you can't increase the length. What do you think about having a thicker cock?
I think yours is just fine the way it is.
Thanks. You can get those though.
I'm
You can get
sure
silicone
you can.
dick injections. Like kind of like how they
Like a boob job.
yeah.
Just make it bigger.
But it's a gel, like they needle it in. It doesn't go in as like a pocket. Like it actually
Yeah,
gets injected
chubby.
in. Excuse me, no one wants to hear you lick your fucking toes, dude. Thank you.
Good boy.
That's what I had written, dick injection. Did you see Drake's dick?
No, I heard that there was a video of him beating off though.
I think he's just like playing with it a little bit, but apparently based on like how much was blurred out,
It's big?
he might have got the fucking dick injection.
Oh, it's girthy.
It's just big, the whole thing, all of it. It's a
Wow.
fucking forearm. You want to see it?
Now I kind of do. I didn't really have a care to look it up because I don't really care about Drake, but now I'm curious. Is it like,
Yeah, I think so. Based on I haven't seen the actual dick yet.
oh,
We'll look at it later. Oh. He's you talked a lot today about animals, people stealing pets,
yeah.
and what you do to someone if they stole Chevy.
Yeah.
I passed a pet dentist today.
Oh. I mean, I guess that makes sense. I didn't know it was a thing, but
What are your thoughts?
like, are they a vet that like is specialized in teeth.
I just think, okay, maybe I'm going to come across as someone who doesn't take good care of their dog. But I am not paying to have my fucking pet's teeth fixed.
Okay, that's not where my mind. Oh, but like, what if he has like a dead tooth or something, and they have to pull it?
That's one
Like,
thing if you see
that's
that
where
he's in
my
pain
mind
all the
goes
time.
to.
But like, I think it's like, there was under the sign for pet dentists that said, pet cleanings here, or teeth
Yeah,
cleanings.
that's something you can get done at the regular vet, I'm pretty sure. Can you hear it? We're going to find out if you can hear the train.
Train going by right now. Anyway, I just think a pet dentist is the fucking most ridiculous thing. Like, it's almost as ridiculous as paying $20 for a fucking deodorant stick. It just seems crazy.
Hey, it's good deodorant.
What are you doing?
Messing with Chevy. Sorry, that was a bad idea.
Yeah, that was a bad idea.
Sorry. Sorry.
Okay.
He's
So,
looking under the chair.
I have a fresh thought based on something that you have spoken about.
All right, let's hear it.
This pantry,
I love our pantry.
I think that, you know those videos where they like clean all the fruit and veggies and everything's organized in containers? I think it's fucking bullshit. I think it's a bullshit system.
I think they're so satisfying to watch.
Oh, I think that they're satisfying to watch. I think that they have no realistic, like, I've never seen it done realistically. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. I know that like a lot of people will have like second refrigerators, or
Hey, that's my thought. Don't steal that. I was watching those videos the one night, and I said, I love this idea. I think it'd be beautiful to have our fridge all laid out like this. But what do you do with all the extras?
the only way that the pantry stuff would make sense to me is, so like, our pantry is like pretty much you walk in, if you close the door, like 180 degrees of your view is pantry. Mm-hmm. Now,
Oh, but behind the door.
yes. So my thing would be, if you buy all the nice storage stuff, you put percentages of the things out on nice pieces of plastic, or fill Tupperware containers, or those like containers that hold like noodles or wheat or oats or flour. I said wheat.
Wheat. We just got raw wheat in the pantry. We make our own flour. Thank you.
Wheat. Yeah, we're pretty fucking sick. Anyway, then it would make sense if you put the other half of everything behind the door where you don't see it, if you want it to be aesthetically pleasing. I also only recently noticed how much organized and clean spaces really do help your fucking mentality. You're not great at it, like, you're not a real big cleaner, but I think it's like we're really coming into it. We're coming into this. We're really fucking rolling into this.
Mm-hmm.
But the fridge doesn't make sense to me.
I was going to say, I think doing that stuff in the pantry, you just get containers that hold all of it. Like, the whole bag or box of crackers fit into the container. It's the fridge stuff that I don't understand. Come on.
Have you seen those like little things that go on a shelf in a refrigerator and you can pull it out and it spins and then goes back in? I like the idea of it, because like the shit that's at the back of your fridge constantly stays at the back of your fridge.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm listening. The stuff at the back of the fridge stays at the back of the fridge.
I suppose.
You saw my dog. You know what that means. I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, good boy. You want to say goodbye? You gotta look that way. What's over there?
If he could sing on command, he could be our sign-off.
He could be, but it'd be so annoying for them to hear us trying to get him to howl.
I know. That's why I said if he could do it on command. Will you sing? Will you speak?
Shall we sing? Howl? No, it would take way too long.
What if
Shall
I
we
play
speak?
him speaking?
Howl? Oh, he's really close, but I don't know if we should really make people listen to this. Howl? I'm gonna cut some of this. Howl? Can you sign us out? Howl? Chevy, speak. Sign us out of this. Howl? Sevy, speak.
What if I play him speaking?
Oh. All right, sign us out. Sign us out. Say goodbye to everyone.
Goodbye. Good boy.
Pa. Good job. Thanks for everyone. We forgot to say at the beginning, but please rate, review, and subscribe. All of your views, your subscribes, your comments, your likes all mean a lot to this podcast and help it grow. Having a couple sponsors now has been all because of you guys. And YouTube, share it, subscribe to it, leave a comment if you like the episode, and rate it on Spotify and iTunes and Apple Podcasts. iTunes?
Well, it's called Apple Podcast.
Apple Podcast. All right, whatever. I'm old. I don't really understand these things. Peace.
Thanks for listening.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Arrrr.